Hi guys, what is up? I am Sam with ExploreTravelPhoto.com. Today we're going to be discussing 10 things that make a great photographer. So guys, number one, I know this one's quite trivial and quite an obvious one, but taking lots and lots of photographs. A great photographer will always be taking pictures. It doesn't matter what of, doesn't matter where they are, doesn't matter who they're with, they'll always be taking pictures. Famously in his career, Gary Winogrand shot millions and millions of photographs, and that was back in the days of film, when you could only get 24 exposures or 36 exposures to a roll of film. He shot millions in his career, so what's your excuse really? Don't know, what's my excuse? I should be taking pictures right now, but I'm not. Also, one of the godfathers of street photography, Cartier-Bresson, he said famously, your first 10,000 pictures are your worst. Thankfully I think I'm just over 10,000 now, so hopefully beginning to get a bit better. And then finally Bill Gates said that it takes 100,000 hours to sort of get into your craft, to perfect your craft. So you need to take 100,000 hours worth of photographs. Okay guys, number two, this is an important one, this is resilience. A great photographer must be willing to go through all the hardships. They must be willing to take all the sort of crap from everyone, from everything. They've got to keep going. A great photographer never gives up, and this is relevant in all fields of photography. This is relevant in sports, this is relevant in sort of documentary photography, sort of thing I really enjoy doing. This is relevant in weddings, this is relevant in everything. I mean, especially in weddings, if you think about it, you're going to have some really shitty days, you're going to have some really bad clients that you really do not want to be dealing with, but it's resilience that will make a photographer great and keep him in his career really. Number three, you've got to be a people person. As soon as you meet people, you've got to be engaging with them, you've got to be friendly, people have got to really sort of like you. They don't have to like you to like your pictures, but you've got to be a people person, you've got to interact with people, you've got to be able to go through the hustle and the bustle of business, you've got to be able to sort of perform to the best of your standards, and to be able to do that you've got to interact with all sorts of people, whether it's your lighting crew, whether it's photograph technicians, whether it's your clients. You've just got to be able to interact, and you've got to be friendly, and you've got to be approachable. Number four, every great photographer has a very, very unique voice. You can tell this from looking at their prints. For example, like with Steve McCurry's work, if you sort of see the style he shoots in, if you see one of his photographs, you can almost sort of 90% of the time say, that's a McCurry. You know that that's come from Steve McCurry. You know the style he shoots in, you know his sort of influences, you know his passions. A great photographer must have a unique voice. Going back to number four and having your own unique voice. With your own individualistic style, a great photographer is able to bridge the generation gap. So whether someone who is 50 is viewing a great photographer's work, or they're 20, or they're 15, it doesn't matter how old they are, a great photographer's work will be recognisable across the generations because they've got their own individual style, they've got their own unique voice. Their work is so great that it is acknowledged throughout the generations and throughout different age gaps. Number six, a great photographer is never satisfied. They're always looking to the next photograph, they're always looking to the next frame, they're always looking to the next project to be able to get their work out there. They've got to be able to keep taking pictures. They're never ever satisfied with the work that they've completed. They always think they could have done more, or the work that they're in the process of making, they've got to take more and more pictures. They're never satisfied with stopping. A great photographer never stops. And I've got down here, a great photographer keeps on searching for the rush of creating something amazing and to share with people. I've also said that a great photographer has got this fire lit underneath them that sort of inspires them, keeps them going, so that they don't ever give up. Again, greatly related to the last one, number seven, a great photographer is inspired by life. There's always something else to be photographing. There's always another influence, whether it be music, whether it be art, coming from thousands of different directions. A great photographer is inspired by the world around them. They let the world unfold around them. Whether you're a sports shooter, again, letting the sports and the action unfold around you and capturing that one moment of that motorbike or that F1 car. Whether you're a wedding photographer waiting for that perfect moment when the bride and the groom kiss, or whether you're a documentary photographer waiting for that place in the market in Beijing, or out on a mountain, you've just got to let the world unfold around you and be inspired by the world as it happens, being ready to capture each and every moment. Number 8. A great photographer in the here and now is constantly changing and evolving. They're not just a button pusher, they're not just a great photographer never was just a button pusher, but they're not just someone who's clicking the button, clicking the shutter. They're learning about lighting, they're learning about the business of photography, they're learning about all these different parts in media that make up photography, they're learning about art. A great photographer is constantly evolving with the times. They're including video in their work, they're including cinematography in their work. A great photographer in the here and now must constantly be evolving to be in the here and now in the first place, and to be great in the here and now they've got to be on top of everyone else in their game. They've got to be evolving quicker than the people behind them, quicker than the people in their field. They've got to be evolving the fastest, in fact, the greatest photographers. Number 9, and this is one that I'm sure a lot of you can relate to out there. A great photographer is always looking at great photography. If we look at the greats, all the way from McCurry to Winogrand, those are the sort of greats in my field. If we look at them, they're always referencing other photographers. They're always referencing photographers before them. They're always referencing photographers in their current field at the moment. They're always looking at great photography. They're always observing other photography so that they can improve their own photography. They're always looking at something from over here. Oh, what works here? Oh, the portraiture works here. Oh, what works here? The landscapes work here. Oh, I can use both of those in my own work. Oh, well, what works over here? Oh, HDR, wide angle. It just keeps going. The list is like instantaneous. Oh, Jimmy Nelson's done this. Our last photo book of the month before they pass away. Oh, I'm going to look at that. I'm going to read through that. Oh, that's really interesting. I think I'll go there and I'll do that project. I'll do a project somewhere in Borneo. I'll do a project somewhere in Africa. I'll go somewhere like East Asia, like Vietnam, like I'm going for my work experience. A great photographer is always looking at great photography. And finally, number 10. A great photographer is made, not born. A great photographer has put in those 100,000 hours. A great photographer has taken those 10,000 first final pictures that are crap. A great photographer is always taking the pictures. They're always developing, they're always evolving, relating back to every single number before number 10. A great photographer is doing all those things and 1,000 other things. A great photographer is doing it, not that they've done it. They weren't born great. I mean, people have the artistic eye, they know how to frame a shot. You can be born with that, you can be born with knowing what you think looks good. That's your own individualistic style. But a great photographer develops this. They develop, in a sense, they develop their greatness. They're not born with it. So if that's one thing you can take away from today, and you're a photographer and you want to be great, you've got to put in the hours, you've got to put in the effort, you've got to not be lazy, and you've got to look at great photography, and you've got to go and see great photographers, you've got to talk to them, you've got to email them. To be great, you've got to talk to the greats, you've got to recognise the greats, you've got to reference them. So I've been Sam with ExploreTravelPhoto.com. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.